How many of you have gotten to the point in life where you just don't want to buy stuff anymore? Sometimes I feel like going shopping just like because I have an itch to shop, and there's not one thing that I end up buying. Like, I just have so much. I feel like I've overconsumed my whole life. I grew up with a mom that loves to shop, so I also love to shop. But I've gotten to the point now where it doesn't bring me joy or happiness anymore. I get so overwhelmed with everything that I have in my house already. So like, I just stopped liking to shop, liking to buy things. For a few years I was like into like the farmhouse chic stuff in my house, and there was just a lot of stuff all over, and one day I woke up and I was like, I cannot handle this anymore. Took everything down. My house is like super minimalist now. I have a basement full of crap that I need to go through. And sometimes I just, for like a stress reliever, want to go shopping, and I just get so sad that there's literally nothing that I want to buy anymore. And I'm wondering if that has to do with getting older. I just don't want stuff anymore, or I'm no longer like wanting to keep up with the Joneses. I want to know how everybody else is feeling. If you're in your 40s, have you gotten to that point yet?
Prepare yourselves accordingly for the bombardment of advertising you are about to inhale in the next 2 months as we prepare for the holiday season, because companies are going to be blowing their bags. They are here to blow their budgets to convince you as to why you need to buy their latest and greatest product, okay? And we have to take a stance. People are worried about whether or not they're going to eat. We have to collectively show these companies that we are not so easily manipulated. As a parent, we are one of the most easily influenced populations for these companies because we want to make the holiday season magical. But the most magical part of holiday season is you being present. It's about cutting down a tree with your kids. It is about wrapping a homemade gift. It is about baking Christmas cookies and going over to grandma and grandpa's house. It is about giving. You do not have to give materialistic items to make the holidays magical. And a friendly reminder, as a parent of a 1-year-old, my child's favorite toys right now are solo cups to build towers with, cooking utensils, and any sort of upscale garbage like a cardboard box. All of those were free items that I already had in my home. He does not play with 90% of the toys that we have for him. And so for Christmas this year, it's so easy to feel pressured into getting him this and this. They need you with a regulated nervous system. They need you to show up and be happy. And if you're out there spending money that you don't have, you are not going to show up as your best self on Christmas morning. They can feel your distress. I am here to de-influence you that you do not have to have 1 million presents under that Christmas tree. There is no need for each child to have 50 gifts. If your child already has an Xbox, they don't need the new Xbox. At the end of the day, you have autonomy and you can do Christmas however you want, but this is a very crucial time in history where we are being shown by our government and by corporations that they do not care about us, and they will literally run us dry. They do not care if we are houseless. They do not care that we cannot feed our children. We supply the demand. If there is no demand, those prices are going to go down. If there is no demand, their shareholders are going to be pissed and they're going to be forced to have to listen to the consumer. We control this market. If we refuse to partake in that market, guess what? Those companies fall. So if you see 1 million ads this holiday season, take a deep breath. Realize that 10 years from now, 30 years from now, your kids are not going to remember that one toy that they got. They're going to remember you being there, spending time with you. I know companies are going to try to convince you otherwise, so stay vigilant, okay? We got this.
Why is everyone everywhere trying to sell me something 24/7? Went to the grocery store yesterday, Apple's had a Minecraft sticker on. I feel like TikTok is constantly TikTok shop videos, right? My TV, my internet, all the social media apps, they're all trying to sell me. I don't want to buy anything. I have what I need and what I want. I will buy when I decide I'm ready and I want it. I don't need you to show me 10 different ads over 3 days so that maybe you'll convince me that I need to buy it right now. That's enough. I'm all done. Let me enjoy Christmas for the lights and the music and the traditional. I don't want to consume any more products. Thank you.
So you want to buy my child another toy for Christmas? I want you to have to audition for it. You come to our space, you see how many toys are already involved and how many maybe you purchased for them, and then you have to engage with my child and get them to part with at least 10 toys for every one toy that you want to buy them. And then you can tell me that I'm overreacting when I tell you that I don't need more toys in my house.
I was raised with enough privilege where I had everything during Christmas time. I have a roof over my head, I have food on the table, I get to see my friends and family, and I get to eat a nice meal. And I get gifts. Too many, probably. Things that I don't need. I could not imagine being a person who struggled to put food on the table, struggled to get my children or my friend, or not friends, but family gifts at a time like this in the year. Struggling to make ends meet, and then you're absolutely pummeled by consumerism on social media. Every single video, bro. Whether it's like a company who's advertising a product that you need to buy, or it's an influencer being paid by a company to sell you a product, or it's just somebody on their TikTok trying to show you that they have a certain kind of status, or they are at a certain status by showing what they bought. It's insane. And you can tell when that is the only thing that they are fueled by. And just at this time of the year, like, I feel like you should try and tone it down, but it's the opposite. I bought this. You should buy this. You should buy this. Meanwhile, dude, if I didn't have the facilities, or I wasn't surrounded by people who are privileged enough to provide for their friends and family, I don't know what I would do. I would have to throw my phone into a garbage disposal, bro. Like, I don't know. I would be overwhelmed.
So I don't know how to not submit to the social pressure of over-consumerism during Christmas, and also still give my kids a holiday that they're not disappointed in. Because they listen to all their friends and watch all the commercials, and they want all the big, greatest toys. And I'm like, but what if we get some thrift stuff and some books? You know, that sounds like fun. And they're like, no, I want the Megatron Super Hyperactive Turbo Boost 5000. And I'm like, what about something useful, like a refurbished nightstand? And they're like, but Johnny got a cell phone last year. Honey, you don't need a cell phone. Cell phones contribute to underage depression and suicide risk. I swear, I'm doing this because I love you. Like, I don't know what the solution is. And I know, like, there's a meet in the middle type of situation, but if I try to meet in the middle, then I start buying stuff and I'm like, oh, but this isn't like enough. It's not gonna be exciting. And my kids are like too young for us to really sit down and have the talk where we're like, look, Christmas is all made up and it's destroying people's lives and finances. Like, how do we convince society as a whole to go back to like exchanging one meaningful gift that's useful and vital to people's lives? Like, I don't want to buy, I want to go thrifting and get some cool repurposed items that somebody else let go. But y'all know my kids are going to go to school the next week and be like, hey, what'd you get, Johnny? And Johnny's going to be like, I got the PS6 and a new iPhone and 3 Xbox games. And my kids are going to be like, oh, I got this secondhand wooden toy from the thrift store. I can't be that mom. What do I do?
So it might sound counterintuitive, but the way I have freed myself from the clutches of consumerism is by having an eternal running wish list. And let me tell you guys how it works, so that maybe if you feel like you are in the clutches of consumerism and you just can't stop online shopping, this can help you out as well. The way it started is 4 years ago when my boyfriend, now husband, asked me what I wanted for my birthday. I kind of put together a list of all the things that I had been eyeing. I already had some things in mind. I put it on a list. I shared that list with him on Apple Notes. That was the end of it. The list was pretty long, so he obviously did not get me everything from it. He just like picked a few things. But then when Christmas came around, he asked me again what I wanted. I added more things to the list, looked through the list, and deleted some things that I just like no longer wanted anymore. And I've been building on that list for 4 years. But the way that it works is the act of writing it down on the list and knowing that I will get it eventually kind of takes away that need for instant gratification, because I get the gratification by putting it on my list and being like, oh, like it's mine. Like it's mine. I will get it. Maybe not right away, but the fact that I'm writing it down in that moment makes it feel like I got it. This list has also saved me from some of the tackiest or just like short-lived trends that have ever existed. For example, 4 years ago, if you were to look on that list, you would see a Marc Jacobs tote bag on there. I wanted the Marc Jacobs tote bag. I really wanted it. My husband never got it for me because we got a lot of other things. Now in 2025, you would never see a Marc Jacobs tote bag. They just kind of like aged. They kind of just look cheap. I think they were replicated too much. And so now they just kind of look like blah, whatever. I'm so glad that I didn't get it. And instead that I just put it on my list. And then when it kind of went out of fashion, I took it off. The list itself is always growing and shrinking because my husband gets me things from it. And let me clarify, I get things for myself as well. Like if I want to reward myself for something, I get something from when I graduated, I got something from my list. If I just did something huge, I got something from my list. When I gave birth, I got something from my list. I get things from my own list. So you don't need a partner for this to work. That's just kind of how it came about for me, but you can do this for yourself as well. I've also seen people do this for their kids. You know, kids, you take them to the store and they just want everything and they like pick up every toy and they're like, Mom, please let me get some, blah, blah, blah. They say, okay, let me put that on your Christmas list. So the kid puts it on their Christmas list. They have definitely forgotten it 6 months down the line. They don't care about it anymore. They're just whatever. But the fact that you said, okay, I'm going to put that on your list, it makes them feel like they got it. They already got it. They don't need to get it because in their head, they got the instant gratification of putting it on their list and thinking, okay, I got it. It kind of seems like it's the same science as like putting something in your cart and never really getting it. That's what I do. Now, if you have any tips on how to free yourself from the shackles of eating out, drop them in the comments because that's where I'm weak. I don't really want for things very much these days. I don't really need for things. I feel like if I were to get everything, my house would just be full of junk and I would be down so much money and I would just feel like sick to my stomach. But food, you can't put food on a wish list. So let me know if you guys have any tips or any suggestions. And also if you have any questions, maybe we can help each other out.